Instead, just go back out there, be a unit again, and try and play a little bit better.
Yeah, see if they can play a little bit better on this drive. Second down now after the incompletion. One man in the backfield, Elliott. Now it's Romo off the bootleg. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
While it may seem like an every game occurrence, let's not treat it that way. Tony Romo's had some injury issues, right? He's starting to advance in years. To watch what he and Dez Bryant did in this game, yeah, that's a lot of fun.
Yeah, when they do that, they're hard to stop.
Yeah, they really are. Lots of connections, which means big-time offense, which usually leads to victory for their team.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Let's go now.
The final shot before the break. Romo. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando, where we'll check in with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Larry?
So let's take a look at the highlights from the first half.
All right, Larry, indeed a one-sided affair to this point as we get set for half two. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. The play fake for Elliott. Now Romo. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now a play fake, and it's Romo. He completes it to Bryant. They convert on third with a gain of 22. Such a dynamic combination, Tony Romo and Dez Bryant, and it has been on display.
Happy quarterback, happy receiver equals happy team. That's kept them in the lead in this game and made everyone feel good. And, hey, Dez can be demonstrative now, but he's having a good time doing it.
They go play action here on first down. Out left side here to Bryant. 30 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be first down, Cowboys.
I know that in recent years it's been tough on Tony Romo. A lot of injuries have piled up, but he's still able to sling it, Brandon. Look at that throw.
Yeah, he can. By the way, you know his given name on his birth certificate?
Hit me, hit me.
Antonio Ramiro Romo.
That flows
together. He's got a good ring,
well,
so I'm going to start calling him Antonio.
The lyrical one.
To throw is Romo. And Dez has got it. Dez Bryant for the Cowboy touchdown. Dez Bryant, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Cowboys continue to pour it on. Bailey now for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Now Moncrief to return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And the Cowboys defense, they march back out onto the field. They were able to force the 3-and-out last time, led to the punt, and then led to a touchdown for their crew. So they'll be looking for a little bit more of that, Charles.
Well, I think that they created the spark with the 3-and-out. Gave a little momentum to their offense. Who said, all right, appreciate it, guys. And they took the ball downfield and stuck it in the end zone.
And that defense wasn't out there long. They'll be trying to keep it short here. And he stopped immediately there. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
We got three.
Again, they run. Again, it's Gore. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Wasn't that long ago that the NFL guys really didn't adopt much from the college game. But one thing that has crept in there is spreading things out, opening things up, not even just in tempo, but maybe getting better line splits and spreading the field. I think that would be a great strategy right now to try to open things up in the run game.
And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it, or maybe change what they do on offense.
And that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Now this is fielded in the end zone. Oh, he shifts past him. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
3 down. Ready, right, 20.
They fake the give to Elliott. Now Romo. It's caught by Bryant. And oh, a little spin cycle. Room to run now. Touchdown, Cowboys. Des Bryant, 51 yards. And the Cowboys add on. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And a pretty good run there in the end to top it off. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The defense for the Cowboys getting set to go. They were able to force that 3-and-out. That led to a touchdown. Defenses obviously love 3-and-outs. They want more of that.
They created a very short and not too sweet stint for the offense by getting them off the field that fast, but it set up their own offense, gave them a little spark, and they took it downfield and scored.
Now the question, can they do it again? And let's see. Second down, offense behind the sticks here. 2nd and 13. They'll stick to the ground game with Gore. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 3rd and 6.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Here's Locke. And he's got his man Hilton. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Back now in Arlington. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. On 2nd down, here's Locke. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
And he's got a man open. That's Allen. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. So he makes the grab and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line giving them time to complete that first down pass.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Hey. 4 down.
On 1st down, it's Locke. And complete to Moncrief over the middle. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Quarterbacks like throwing the slant route, but they have to be careful about ball placement. They have to put it in a spot that makes sure the receiver has his body in front of the defender.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive.
4 down. Check. 4 down.
Throwing again is Locke. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
When everything is in sync on defense, that means everyone's communicating really well, and sometimes it's nonverbal. They just know that when a receiver's in one spot, this person may have him, and he's in another spot, the next defender may have him. And they've squeezed the passing lanes down to where it's so difficult to find an open area to deliver the football. They've made it tough on them all game long. A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. On 1st and 10, Locke. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver there, Allen. That'll bring up 2nd down. And the seemingly endless drive continues. Another pistol look here. Back to the air. Locke on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
So a 2nd down incompletion now brings up 3rd down. Throwing throwing on third down. Luck. And now another one thrown incomplete. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. He had his lone attempt blocked earlier. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg. And they're at least trying to finish out strong.
Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20.
And they just had another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
It's the age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game. And however it turns out, it turns out.
18. Right, 18. Right there.
They go play action here on first down. That is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Des Bryant from 19 yards away. And the Cowboys continue to pour it on. And my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done. Hardly
any time taken off the clock there. 2 plays, and they find the end zone for 6 points. Now, after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now back onto the field. Here comes the Cowboys defense. A field goal last time is what they gave up in a close game. All these drives start to feel so critical.
And they are. And, we've met so many defensive coordinators who just really hate the bend but don't break mentality. They're much more of the aggressive school. But that mentality has won a lot of games. If you're only giving up field goals on drives, that usually keeps you in it and gives your offense a chance to retaliate.
Yeah, and right now it's got them with the lead. On 2nd and 10, Locke. He's got time in the pocket. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. So a ways to go here on 3rd and 10. One receiver left is Hilton. From the gun on 3rd down, Luck finding time. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tyrone Crawford. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
This will be fielded at the 17. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
Man, it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back.
Terrence Williams. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
There's no doubt in my mind.
Did you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
Going. She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
Here's Bailey now for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Now Moncrief to return. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And this will probably be the last play they can squeeze in here before the 2-minute warning.
Defense always has to be careful in this situation. A lot of teams like to take a shot.
Luck on first down. Over the middle here, it's Hilton. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Play fake to Gore. It's Locke. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Tyrone Crawford in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's really a difficult task.
Out of the gun, Locke. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Orlando Scandrick. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner, and just think about how good that feels because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. His throw caught right around the 6, and they do get him down, but not before he reaches the 4-yard line.
Well, go ahead.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And now a first down following that long gain. They're throwing here. Romo. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Dez Bryant, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Here we go, here we go. Right 18.
Now it's Romo off the bootleg. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Extra point try by Bailey. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Cedric Thornton in there to record another sack. Their 6th of the afternoon.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
We got 3 down, 3 down. Look out. 3 down. On
second down, here's Locke. Allen has it, left side. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Okay, when the big guy runs a corner route, you're asking a lot no matter who's covering him. Doesn't matter whether it's a linebacker or a defensive back. Yep. He usually has the advantage because of his body type.
And this will likely be the last play and wrap things up. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington.